All right, guys. Been kind of want to do this video for some time now. Kind of go over just what my channel is, and then go over this build and do just kind of a longer review of it, why it's set up the way it is, and things of that nature. So, quickly, who I am, pre-ban, right? And I am active duty. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you kind of get some hints on what branch of service I'm in, and just a little bit of what I do, but I kind of keep it ambiguous for that just because I'm still in, and respect to teammates and all that. So my channel, I kind of want to cover everything firearms related. So I have some things in the works of more in-depth review on some of my weapons, other people's weapons. Definitely this guy that you see here. I love some of the com block stuff. I just kind of dived into some of that. Kind of go over some of my favorite gun stores and then other gun stores as I travel across the US. But I think as gun dudes, we all like to go to gun stores and we like to see what cool things they have. My channel is kind of focused on everything cool with guns, and that's particular in my opinion. It's my channel. So this is my Mark 18. I use one for work, not super often, but have one at work, and I just think it's a super cool gun. I think the AR platform is bar none the perfect combat weapon system that's out there, in my opinion. I mean, the ergonomics on it, the recoil control, you know, it's fairly simple. Not as simple as like a AK or something, but it's pretty simple, and it's super easy to accessorize as well. Definitely easier to accessorize than an AK. You know, it's more standardized than it is an AK, which like there's like milled, you know, stamped, and there's variations and tolerances and all that, and you might have to do some fitting on that. Yeah, so you don't really need that with the Picatinny system. So first thing that I think is super important with an AR platform will be the optic system. Yeah, the EOTech EXPS3, and I have it on a Unity riser. Every now and then, not super often, I do shoot with nods, and I think the EOTech is a perfect, you know, optic system. One for CQB, even out the distance. I'm fairly confident with it out to at least 300 yards. You can definitely push it, but like pretty comfortably 300 yards without a magnifier. Obviously not shooting for groups at that distance, but you could definitely push it out and be very consistent and capable. But the night vision setting on this is actually like super impressive with nods. And then that riser, once when I'm, you know, when I'm holding it, keeps my head at a more natural position. But also when you have the nod, you know, and I rock PVS 14s, I could rotate them each side, and you know, when I'm doing passive aiming, then I'll go ahead and switch it over to the right hand side, and it's awesome. On the topic of that, in like sighting systems, I have a military, I guess, like a full power PEC 15. Then the other portion is I have a Surefire Scout Mini on here. I definitely want to get the turbo. I have a Surefire Scout Mini. I added the forgot the name of this back pieces, but it just kind of, it's not solely reliant on this tape switch here. It has another button here that you can activate it. And then I have a yeah, I don't know who makes this thing anymore, but I have this cap that prevents negligent discharges, and I can just kind of tuck it there. It's bungee held, so that way I could do this all day. And even if I accidentally do that, you can't really see it on there. So yeah, Surefire, I've had to use their warranty once, and their mount broke, and it was a no questions asked. They went ahead and just replaced that mount, and it was to my door very quickly. I'm very happy with Surefire's warranty. You definitely pay for what you get for. These things are rock solid, and this is like my do everything gun, and it definitely gets abused. And that mount did fail after several years of being abused, which it happens, things fail. And they were able to respond to my warranty claim. It was a phone call, and they had it sent over, which was awesome. Another Surefire product that I have on here is the Surefire RC2. This thing's full auto rated. It's a beast. It's what's used for Mark 18s within SOCOM. I know they use Knights and a whole bunch of other shit too, but pretty familiar with the RC2. Definitely, and I guess now I could talk about the flash hider because they go in sides. But the flash hider, I have a 4-prong Surefire flash hider as the suppressor host. Does a great job mitigating flash, but Mark 18 kind of shoots a fireball. So I put this on here under 9s or just want to reduce signature, cool guy shit, whatever. But definitely helps with sound suppression and the flash suppression as well. But one thing I really do like about it is not only is it robust, but I don't have to like sit there and fuck with it too much. I know for the most part, it's once it goes on there, right? Like it's everything is like in line. There's like concentricity or whatever they call it, but it's in line. Like, very unlikely to get a baffle strike with this, and I love it. And also the point of impact shift is very repeatable on the Surefires, or at least with the RC2 in my experience. I do have the mini that I could cover, but I put that's on my Knights SR15 LPR. I love this can, honestly. The biggest downside is shooting it after a while. It can get carbon locked, but as long as you like maintain it, you know, the connection points, keep some lube in there or whatever tricks, or take it off and on when you can, it definitely helps reduce that carbon lock, like how sticky it gets. But I know like if it's, you know, difficult to take this off, like if you absolutely cannot take it off and you could just loosen the collar at least. I did hear that you could shoot 1 round through it with the collar loosened to kind of like launch this thing off, and it'll hold up just fine. Moving on, because this is not an SPR, this is a pistol, right? I don't have a vertical foregrip. I have this Magpul angled foregrip. Some people don't like it. I like it. I did used to airsoft before I was in the military, and I had a Mark 18 clone, and it had one of these, and I'm just used to it just from there. And people that say that airsoft isn't like good realistic training, sure, but it's fun and it definitely has its value. But moving on from that, I have some Magpul rail covers on the side, the ladder rail covers on the sides and on the top, and on the bottom I have the original like tire tread Daniel Defense rail protectors. They're cool, kind of ugly, but they work. The base rifle is a Daniel Defense Mark 18, like just straight from the factory, Mark 18, and it's awesome. But yeah, moving down, further down, I rock Magpul mags. I'm not too much of a fan of the T mags. I've had some issues with it, and they're not as solid as like how a Magpul, the Gen 3 P mags work. This is what we're issued, and I've never had issues with these. In fact, I've had issues with the not the steel ones, the aluminum, like old like Colt OK ones. They're reliable, but if those things dent any like just a little bit, it can cause feeding issues or just completely ruin that magazine's functionality. So definitely prefer the Magpul PMags. Yeah, so moving further down, and then you guys are gonna be like, Jay, make sure it's safe. Yeah, this thing is fucking safe, right, dude? It's like it's my gun. Yeah, moving further down, I did install a Geisley single stage like flat face trigger. I think the flat face trigger is not. I mean, you'll be fine with just the mil spec trigger, in my opinion. However, or even just like a curved one. I think the flat face one's kind of like a fad. I'll be honest, it's not super necessary. However, this thing is like, now I will make sure it's checked. This thing is like the reset and like how it feels is just fantastic. Like my double taps, triple taps, or whatever are like super spicy because of that trigger. I think it's a great addition to the firearm. Then I just have the stupid Daniel Defense grip on there. It looks ugly, but I'll be honest, I really wanted to hate it, but it feels fantastic. Like, this thing feels pretty fucking good. I actually enjoy this grip and have no intentions to take it off. And then I just have the brace it came with, whatever brace this is. I don't know. It's the one it came with. But yeah, if you guys have any more questions on this thing, Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe and follow, and check out my Instagram too. I post a lot of cool stuff on my Instagram, and sometimes I don't post it on YouTube just for whatever reason. And I also been doing some collabs with some local gun stores. So in the future, you'll see some gun stores and some of the unique people and the awesome people that run those gun stores. Um, you'll see them on my channel as well. Just kind of talk about their store, what they did to it, or what they carry, some of their favorites. And I think it's a pretty cool opportunity for them. So yeah, if you guys can do me a favor, just subscribe, follow, share it, whatever. Just help me out. Um, and hit me up on Instagram as well. If you guys have any questions, I'm super responsive, and I'm down to answer all your guys' questions. Oh, guys, and please check out The Real Will See. He's my bro. He makes this awesome music. What's playing right now is one of his new unreleased songs. So please also hit him up on the socials as well. He makes a lot of music for the channel and obviously for himself. He's really talented and really good. So please just check him out.